She is. Good morning, everybody. If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. My name is Mr. Derrick Forston. I represent Second Chance Housing, but also Forston Consultants, where me and my family, we go all over the world showing people how to take folks from homeless to hopeful in a shared living environment. And we are the trademark owners of independent living facilities. So if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. Beautiful, who are you?
Listen, everybody, I am Shay Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, co-founder here at Forston Consultants, where we take people, again, from homeless to hopeful. Doing this through a 501c3 nonprofit organization model. Super excited to be here. We got some fun stuff to talk about. As you see, the title is talking about what is DFS. But before we get to that, we want to let you know all about the independent living facility model. So, Derrick, go ahead and introduce them to the independent living facility model for those that don't know us,
absolutely,
that are new to us, and may just be interested in knowing what the heck are we talking about.
Absolutely. So, first of all, also, again, just thank y'all so much for being here, because you guys have a lot of choices of where you could be, and y'all chose to be here. So we super appreciate that. Go ahead and put in the chat where you guys located. We've been getting a lot of new people from all over, right? And our coaching right now is in 39 states out of the 50. So the model in which we teach, which is the independent living facility model, it works in all 50 states. We're just blessed enough to have coaching clients in 39 out of the 50. So go ahead and put in the chat, where are you located? I always like to find out if there's somebody in here that's somewhere where we haven't launched somebody. Now, not saying that people don't join this channel and watch it and watch for free and get started, but we count it, meaning that if somebody's under our coaching, they pay for the mentorship. That's kind of how we count those states, because I can imagine our coaching is probably in all 50 states just from people that join in and watch it. But put in the chat, let me know what city and state. So far, I see Georgia from Michelle Curry. I see from Allison, Fort Lauderdale, Youngstown, Ohio, Canton, Ohio. That must be Charmaine, because the only person I know from Canton, nope, that's Anthony Cox. We teach a lady by the name of Charmaine Sanders, who we also pick on a lot because she's family. She's also in Canton. So far, as usual, nobody names a place where we're not. And one day, in fact, Jennifer, my assistant's here, Monday morning, let's work on I'll call it a color chart of all 50 states. I want to start showing people where we're not.
I like that.
That's going to encourage people that if you're not in a certain area, because right now, again, if all of y'all mention where you're located, somebody says Central Florida. I'm in Orlando, so we are already family just from proximity of where you live at. So who is that? Shakina Lott? Shakina, when you say Central Florida, where at? Orlando, Kissimmee, Melbourne, Haines City, Bartow, Polk County, Tampa, where are you located? See how me and Shay think alike? Good morning, Rhonda. She said, Anthony says, I want to be the next one in Canton, Ohio. So absolutely. So if you do come aboard, we're going to introduce you to Charmaine. So that's what I love to do. Anytime that we're coaching somebody that's in the same city or state as you, because we're all family anyway, I'm going to introduce you to Charmaine.
In Winter Haven.
Shakina, just so that you know, I'm from Haines City originally. In fact, my mom's probably on here and she's still in Haines City. Okay. Rochelle, heard from her yesterday. And if I remember, Rochelle invested in herself and bought the DIY. And Rochelle's in Orlando. So again, like a lot of you guys are like close in proximity, but again, no matter where you live at, and just because I never want to just take for granted everybody knows who we are and what we do, really quickly. My name is Derrick Forston. Many years ago, lucky for y'all, I was a social worker, begging God to get into this. And really fast, watch me go through this story. I saw a lady making 41 grand a month, housing people in rats and roaches. And it was always my dream to start what I thought was a group home. But what I've learned is that a group home's got a lot of red tape and a lot of hula hoops to jump through to get in it. And I'll admit, that's got a place for it too, but that's just not my model. I'm more of a right now kind of guy. I don't know if that's just kind of my makeup. I'm not crazy about what sign you are and all that, but I am a Scorpio. And I heard that Scorpios like things now, are impatient. I don't know if that fits, but I'm kind of like that. I'm a right now guy. So what I call the ILF model, it's the right now model. The group home model, the IDD, All of those other models, the ALF, those takes months and sometimes years to get them up and running to become profitable. But with an ILF, I can go and rent a house tomorrow. Go on social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Threads, Snapchat, and YouTube, and run this big mouth and tell people, hey, guys, if you're a social worker or a case manager, give me a call. We got clean, affordable housing, and I want to help you and your clients to a better path. Guys, like, to me, that's not rocket science. The rocket science is coming inside of it once you get started, especially if you've never ran a business. Because quite frankly, 90% of people we run into have never ran a business, just period. Most people hear this and say, oh my God, I can do God's will, make a bunch of money and be involved in real estate. Sign me up. Yep. Guys, that was me 19 years ago. I saw a lady making 41 grand housing people in roaches and in rats. And I said, oh my goodness, mistreating people. She's making 41 grand a month as I was making 28 grand a year as a social worker. So I said to him, I said, real fast, Anthony, I said, like, this going to be a no-brainer. Yeah. If that lady can mistreat people and do it the wrong way and make 40 grand, can you imagine what my life going to be like when I treat God's people with dignity? Can you imagine what God going to view me as? Because God loved that same lady just like she loved me. But I would like to think he's a little disappointed in how she's doing that. Right. So these are God's people, and one day we're going to be held accountable for how we treated them. So really simple, saw a lady doing it wrong, got into it myself because nobody would teach me, made a bunch of mistakes, went through bumps and bruises, $40,000 lawsuit, made the Channel 8 news in the wrong way. Yep. When we make the news today, now they're celebrating the great work that we're doing. But back in the day, this guy, me, like, because guys, I just didn't know what I was doing. I had a good heart trying to help people, not like the lady in rats and roaches. That's mistreating people. Yeah. I just didn't know what I was doing, which led me to making dumb decisions, bad mistakes, and me being on the Channel 8 news. So really quickly again, all we're discussing is independent living facilities where you can rent or lease a property. Now, if you can buy a property, God bless you. You'll be in the top 3% of people that I coach. Yeah. 97% of people that come to Shay and I, y'all can't go buy no property. Neither could I. So Shay and I rented properties for years doing this until one day you graduate from renting and leasing to ownership. Big shout out to Miss Fee Rickards. I posted on my page today. Miss Fee is one of those people that she like to buy property. She's not going to do a bunch of leasing and renting, right? She started that way, but just because of her background, how she grew up, her family, Fee was like, Derrick, I'm going to tell you now, bro, like, I'm not going to be one of these people that's going to be renting these places. Like, I want to buy and I want ownership. Great. If you fit that model, God bless you. But if not, most of y'all going to be just like me. You make under 30 grand a year. You're trying to change your life and you're trying to change your city. And this right here, guys, this affordable housing. And that's why we also call it a ministry. Not because I'm a pastor or a bishop. It's just that God's involved in it because we love God and real estate and we just mix it together. Exactly. Remember, the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among us. The Bible also said that when you do unto the least of thee, this population, the poor, the marginalized, God said it's like you're doing a favor unto him. So that's the cool part about being in this. So already I'm done with this story. And normally I take 2 hours to tell that. But very simple. Saw a lady doing it the wrong way, making 41 grand. I said, ooh, that'd be cool to get into. Got into it with no coaching, no training, made a bunch of mistakes. But today, God put me on assignment that said, Derrick, you go out and teach this to other people. Because most people ain't going to do it like you, Derrick. And neither are they going to be willing to teach it. Yeah. Derrick, if you go out and spew this out to the world, I'll bless the socks off of your feet. So pretty much what I did, I came in partnership, a covenant with God. I said, God, I'll go all over the world teaching this and I'll never take any credit. I'll tell the people it's you. I'll tell them the story about what I saw, but I'll tell the people the base of this is God's love and real estate mixed together in a blender. And we pour it all over our city. So put a number 7 in the chat so far of what you've heard that you would want to get into something like this. Love God, love people, love real estate, love community, but also make enough money to feed your family with providing a need to your community, which needs it. Now, to us, that's independent living. And watch me give an example of what independent is, and I'm going to give it over to Shay, because Shay does this a little bit different than I do. We stay in the same house. I'm married to her, but we do it a little bit different in terms of how we're structured. So, and if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down, because we also got a special guest today that I'm going to be bringing up to talk about what happens when you first get into this and you're starting to build those relationships, especially when you know nothing about this, but you're getting the coaching. This special guest now, if I put you guys in a room with a camera to spy on this young lady as she's doing this, y'all will think she's been with us for a long time.
And that's not the case.
But it's not the case. Is that she has the coaching. Yeah. And when you got a big brother in your back pocket, especially when he can attend the meetings with you, mwah, ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Now it's like you hit the jackpot. So if you're taking notes, and I'm giving it to Shay, love God, love people, love real estate. And I love it because so many of y'all gave us so many great Google reviews, and about 10 of y'all said, Derrick, I love that thing that you said about love God, love people, and love. It said, Derrick, I'm stealing this one, and I'm telling you, have it. Exactly. Because that's what we live about. Like, love God, love people, love real estate. But watch this. There's another part to it that says, do God's will, help people, be respected by your community while you're doing it, and my prayer that you make enough money to feed your family. Those are the 4 elements that we stand for. Now, I want Shay to take it, because I want Shay to talk about how does she do it. And then I'm going to bring on our special guest, Miss T, so that we can talk about, once you get into this, how do you start building relationships to become that preferred vendor in your city? Correct. Sometimes even before you get the dadgum house. Mm-hmm. Shay, take it over.
Mm-hmm. So Derrick, I do this exactly.
Like thanks for my tea, Shay.
You're welcome. I do it just like how you do it, right? The only difference between the two of us is that I have a 501c3 nonprofit. So I am a nonprofit organization that not only does the housing aspect of things, I do have other programs. So like prime example, some of our ILF family are taking advantage of our Thanksgiving meal program, where we'll be supplying their ILFs with meals for Thanksgiving. So there's other things that I get to do with the help of donors, with the help of grants, with the help of just other community partners. So not only is the housing aspect, the difference, I would say, is the fact that I can't just go willy-nilly with my plan. You hear me? Shay doesn't have a plan in this. It is our organization's plan, our organization's mission, and we have to come together. My board of directors come together, and we decide on things like, what's the cost per bed? You know, where are the fees going to go once we receive them? What are we using that money for? Any excess? So a lot of times, you know, it's the direction of the nonprofit, it's the direction of the housing, what we're going to do. It's a group initiative.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? I can found it. I can be the founder of it, but ultimately it's a group collaborative that comes together, and we make the decisions on how we can best affect and help our community, impact our community. So that's literally the only difference in what you do. Like I said, I can't just go in the wallet and say, I'm going to do this, right? We having a conversation coming up with our accountant about, you know, how can we offset some tax liabilities, some of our taxes, right? So the conversation with that accountant was, you know, you can't do this from the Angela Denise Foundation. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I know that. I was never thinking to do that, right? If I'm going to do that so the whole goal is to get another vehicle, a larger vehicle, so that we can do a lot of what we do on the day-to-day. I drive a smaller car. Derrick has a truck. So it's like, you know what? There are times I want to take the ladies out and do different things. There are times like this week, SNAP benefits. None of our residents got their SNAP benefits until yesterday. So guess what we did? We loaded up my car as full as we could.
Full of chicken.
Food, like so that they can have meals. So again, it's getting a vehicle, blah, blah, blah. I can't do that with the Angela Denise Foundation's funds and just call my accountant and say, hey, the Angela Denise Foundation needs a vehicle. We want to spend X amount of dollars. Give me your blessing. It doesn't work like that. I have to literally go before my board of directors. We have to look at our finances along with our accountant and see if it's a feasible thing. Or I can go to car dealerships in the community and write them a vision, my mission, my why, and see if anybody's willing to donate a vehicle. Mm-hmm. or take a substantial amount of money off of the cost of the vehicle and hand it over to us, for a discounted fee. So those are things that I can do from the 501c3 perspective, but you won't be able to do that. Like, you can't just walk into a dealership and say, hey, I have a nonprofit. I would like to sit down and talk to you about some of the things that we're looking for, and we would love to partner with you all and maybe, get a vehicle in the process, right? So those are some of the things that you can do. And I mean, I can do and you can't. So again, housing, exactly the same, right? I can rent, I can purchase, I can do all of that. Not I, but we can as an organization. We can do all of that. We can run our ILFs the exact same way, but when it comes to the allocation of funds, they have to go where they are stated to go, and it has to be documented. Okay. So I hope that helps somebody.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So now that we got a few more people in the room, let me get a good sense of who's here. Can everybody put in the chat again where you're located, but also tell me that if you're new to us. So if you just discovered us in the last few days, I want to make sure that we shout you out, and I want to make sure that I bring everything back to center, because I don't want to go so far in terms of where we're getting ready to go. And I want to make sure that I tell my TikTok family that you guys can only see that one standard picture. So if you're in TikTok, come over to YouTube. And when you join us at YouTube, let me know that you came from TikTok so that I can shout you out. So all of my TikTok people, I'm putting in the chat right now, back to back to back where we are. And that's called Forston Consultants. Y'all come to the YouTube channel. That way you can see all of these slides that I'm getting ready to show you. Because I also want you guys to hear the special guest. And if you're on TikTok or anywhere else, you won't be able to hear Miss T. Now, some of you all that joined our masterclass just here, what it was last Wednesday, put a number 1 in the chat if you came to our masterclass. Boy, that was a powerful movement.
Phenomenal. And we're going right from the masterclass into a
lot of people from Cleveland in here. Man, I love Cleveland too, because for us in Florida, that's really affordable or kind of cheap property. So I love all of my check out those ones, man. Wow. So did you all enjoy that? Like, brag about it and tell the people that missed it, right? Guys, I taught for 3 hours and 52 minutes. We were only 8 minutes. And if I would have knew that, I would have taught for 8 more minutes. But I taught for 3 hours, Katara, and 52 minutes. And we pulled the whole veil back, and I'm still seeing the ones come in. So I'm assuming that's where a lot of these newer folks are from. So again, I want to answer some questions today. I want to dive into the chat, but I also want to bring up specifically what our new guest is here to talk about today. In fact, let's do it now. T, come on stage, because no need for me to gear it up and she's not on stage. Let's go. T, real quickly.
Hey, how are you?
You tell everybody what your name is and the name of your program. And at the same time, I'm going to ask for a mic check to make sure that everybody can hear T. So T, your name, where you're located, and what's the name of this program that you literally just built because you met me like 2 days ago.
So my name is T. Sims. I'm located in the Baltimore, Maryland area, and my company is called New Star Solutions.
Perfect. Now, if you're in Baltimore right now, put a number 3 in the chat. I noticed on Wednesday, there were a lot of people that were from the Baltimore area, and even inside the ILF Academy, I kept seeing people mention Baltimore. So I just want to show you somebody that literally, guys, and I'm joking, it wasn't 2 days ago, but literally, T is very new to us, like super new, but somebody that's kind of been looking for this and jumped right into the coaching. So what we're getting ready to talk about today is building relationships. I know that today's title says, what is DFS? And for a lot of y'all, remember, Shay is giving y'all kind of a master overview of what that is. That's tomorrow night, actually.
Yeah, y'all impeding on my husband's birthday.
My birthday tomorrow, y'all. I ain't even mentioned that, and we'll get there, but I'm not one of the ones that goes super crazy about that. But my birthday is tomorrow, so if y'all care anything about that. But more importantly, I want you guys to hear from somebody that's really new to us of what it looks like to build relationships while under the coaching. It's one thing to get that portal and all the DIY stuff and the paperwork and my recorded coaching. It's great. People get it, they brag about it, they love it. But it's nothing like having a coach. So T, let's do a back and forth. T, when did you come into us in terms like when did you find us and when was your first coaching? And was you looking for this or did it just slap you in the face?
So it's Been back a month and maybe a week or two now. I've been with you guys. I was looking on YouTube and I found you guys. One thing that drew me to you guys is because, like you're saying, you can make an impact in the community. And a lot of people don't know I'm a contractor for the federal government. So I'm always, looking for something because any minute I can be laid off, any minute that contract can be gone. So I want something that I can work harder on my business than somewhere else. So when I found you guys, I was like, yes, this is it.
Good stuff. Gosh, you mentioned something about government contracted, and a lot of you guys, luckily now, I think that thing's over, right? So tell me in the chat. A few of my tenants told me that their SNAP benefits came through. So can y'all tell me in the chat? Because I'll admit, I'm kind of disconnected from news in the world. Is that government shutdown thing over, you guys? Can 10 of y'all just put in the chat, is that over with? Like, y'all be my Channel 8 news today. Now, in terms of the SNAP benefits, like I literally recorded one of my guys because he was so excited that he got it back. So let me know in the chat in terms of where you all live at, because I heard that they released that in like segments. So is the government shutdown over? Perfect. They're saying it's over. But look at what T said, though. In these last 2 weeks, you won't believe how our discovery calls went through the roof. And a lot of those people, 45%, that's usually unusual, they were government workers, people that were afraid of what was going to happen. And it was also some people that the light bulb came on for them and said, you know what? I need to get me a backup plan because this government thing and my job isn't guaranteed. And if you came to my masterclass, can somebody tell me kind of what the theme was? What was my first slide? Your job isn't guaranteed, but the need for housing is. So back on UT, you've told the people how long you've been around us. Talk about now in terms of because T, you're somebody that went through the coaching kind of, I'm going to say fast in terms of the material. And you had me on Zoom calls and phone calls with you like in your first week of picking up the phone. Tell people, what does that look like? How did that start? And how did you get me on the phone? Like, why was I there?
I know in your coaching, you said, hey, we got to make contacts with these organizations. We got to put ourselves out there so they know who we are. So I was like, okay, let me pick up the phone and let me start calling. So I will call and say, hey, I have affordable housing. And they're like, sure, can we set up a meeting? And I'm like, a meeting, sure. So being new, I don't know exactly what to say, how to say it. So, because I'm on their coaching, I called you and said, hey, can you be on this meeting with me? So, that just made me feel relieved because if I say the wrong thing, if I, don't know what to say, you're there for my backup.
Now, I want to tell y'all a secret, right? So we're all family here. In how this works, and again, she's moving so fast through the coaching, she hadn't even got to the point of where the coaching starts to say, now, T, of course I can be there, but T, I want you to actually do it. I'm going to coach you. Now, if you're shaking in your boots and you got a meeting, I'm going to do it. But T, I want to teach you. Y'all, T didn't even get to that point. She said, Derrick, got to meet Monday. You coming? And because I do offer that, I say, absolutely. But who am I? So T, can you tell the people, first of all, again, where do you live? Where do I live? And tell the people, who do you tell me I was going to be on this call?
Okay. So I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, and you're in Florida. So when I'm introducing you to these organizations, I say you're my program manager and I'm the program director. And I just try to edify you so they'll say, okay, this guy knows who he's talking about. So he's been in the industry for over 9 years. He's an expert in his field. So just letting them know, okay, this is somebody you need to listen to when I pass the ball over to you.
And she's having so many meetings, guys, so fast that like the first meeting, she's like, Derrick, I ain't doing no talking, bro. You take it over. I'm going to sit back and take notes.
Real quick. So we actually had T join us via phone call. So for those that missed that was a couple, like, what was that, a week and some change ago? We had T join us on a Wednesday, a Monday or a Tuesday night, where she joined us via phone call and discussed that first meeting. But it has evolved since then. I think I had an appointment. Derrick had to dip out on my appointment, and he met with T again. Yeah. So talk about,
because that was coming up next. Yep.
Right. Yeah. So go ahead. So I just wanted to give people some background. So T, you did hear from T and her experience from her first meeting.
That set this meeting up.
That set up a whole nother set of meetings. So go ahead, Derrick. I'm sorry. I just wanted to clarify
Right.
that.
So again, just in that coaching, guys, I teach you all what to say because I know already what everybody's going to ask you. Right? It's no big secret. Everybody's going to ask you where it is, how much it costs, and how fast can I get Tyrone in. But if you don't know what to say, and then she sprinkled in some other things that T was like, Derrick, I'm glad you're there because I wouldn't know what to say. Right? So the first call, she took a lot of notes. The second call, I think we did another one. The third one, I say, T, hold it. I say, now this one, T, if you're not extremely scared, you've heard me do this. And I say, let me help you relax a little bit. T, this is not something to be nervous about, actually. They want to hear from you. The providers, I said, now, T, I'll admit, when you start talking to the actual clients, the tenants, the guy that found your number behind the donuts in Walmart, that's the one where you're going to probably really need me. But the providers, they're like this. Tell me more. Tell me more. Oh, my God, this is great. So they want you. It's kind of like approaching a monkey with a handful of bananas. They want it. It's not hard to sell that, right? It's like coming to you guys as humans, and I got a bundle full of cash. Yeah. It's not hard to make y'all be nice to me and eat right out of my hands. So, nevertheless, she said, Derrick, okay, I gotta do it. And yeah. And I just still felt she didn't know it. I say, but I'm still gonna come on and I'm gonna speak. And T, I'm gonna let you pick up the story because there's one thing I want to highlight from here, and then I'm gonna talk about the one that we did yesterday, which is the one Shay's talking about. So highlight that one in terms of what happened on the one when I started to do all the talking, but you started chiming in as you felt comfortable, and then you got a question where you was like, "Hey, Derrick, did you say something?"
No, that's what she said.
It was genius though, because that geared me to know she don't know what to say, and I need to take over. Talk about that, T.
I love that.
Yeah, so with the meeting with the last organization that we set up, he asked me, are you ready? And I'm like, I'm not, but I'm just gonna jump out there because I know I gotta step up and I gotta learn how to do it. I know Derrick is there for my backup, but I have to learn how to do it myself. So, I started presenting and I was going through it. I'm still nervous. And then she asked a question that I didn't know how to frame the answer. And I'm like, Derrick, did you say something? And he said, yeah. So he jumped in.
I love that.
He jumped in, he answered the question. And that meeting went well that she invited me to come down to the organization and speak to the program manager and all the caseworker. So I'm going to be there next week just because of that meeting as well.
I love that. And what I love about that is that, you as your one-on-one coach, right? As you guys are coaching back and forth, I love the fact that you can pick up on each other's cues, right? I think that shows,
spoke before the call.
Yeah, but that also shows as a consultant and as a coach that you're sensitive to the things that are happening in the meetings. You're not just there like this, like, oh Lord, T called me.
No, because I know some of the courses they're just not going to know. And I just want to be there. Like, guys, I'm one of those coaches that's kind of like one of those. They got a name for certain parents that helicopter parents. I'm kind of like that with my coaching in the beginning because I want you guys to succeed so much that, and I told T this, your first 1 to 2 or maybe 3 phone calls can actually be with me. And T took full advantage of that. So now is that she knows the lingo, she knows the language, and then the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. Right. So, and then another thing, T and I had a call before this call. Yeah. We don't just get on this call and wing it. I said, all right, T, let's talk right now. So we're on the phone. I said, now, T, if you get stuck or if I feel like I need to jump in, T, because I'm rude and I do this anyway, T, I'm going to jump right in front of you and I'm going to just start talking. I'm going to override you. I say, but if you get stuck, let's plan something right now that you want me to come in on. And y'all heard it. She chose that. So when the lady, and I won't even mention what the question was, right? But the lady asked the question and T was like, hey, Derrick, did you say something? I didn't say nothing, y'all. That was her cue to tell me, Derrick, jump in because I don't know what to say right here. And then because the coaching is, I'll admit, just so good, I gave her a phrase. I said, T, if somebody asks you something that you don't know, you say this, and that gets you out of anything. And now you're able to come back with the right answer. All right. So I just love how we set that all up. And I also said, T, If you see me unmute my mic, so be looking at that too, because we're on Zoom, guys. Remember, you can see that microphone button if I mute and unmute.
Correct.
That means I'm also getting ready to jump in front of you. So we had all of our cues, and guys, T did an absolute great job. And I'm going to say, not because I'm so great, she following the coaching because this same stuff is in the coaching. And then she's heard me do it.
Yeah.
And then what I love about T, she's always taking notes. She's writing stuff down.
Always.
And then we always use this tool called Fathom, Fathom, that records every Zoom call that we ever go to.
Yeah.
So when I start my Zoom, my Fathom jumps in it and it records it and gives the transcript. Yeah. So I just gave y'all a tool that's a gem. It's called Fathom, Fathom.
And it's free.
3 of y'all put that in the chat.
It's free.
And it's free. And what I want to get y'all to see again, ladies and gentlemen, most coaches won't tell you this, but I'm honest enough because I care about y'all. Most of y'all using the wrong words and the wrong language. And that's why you're not getting calls back. That's why people won't return your call. And that's why it's hard for you to even in conversation. Can you imagine them asking you stuff? You say, well, or you give that look. They say, man, this lady don't know what she's doing. And that's why T's bringing her program manager, who they're never going to probably meet in person. I'm the Oz, right, Shay? Yeah. Nobody meets the Oz. But they can hear from me, but they'll never meet me. And notice how every meeting, T, they always said, T, well, how can we arrange with you? Because they know T's the boss. I'm just the program manager. T's the director. Right. They never said, well, can Derrick come too? They never said that because of the way we're setting it up, because I can't come really. Or if it's real serious, I can come, but it's not made for me to come when T is the person. Right. So I hope you guys are getting and understanding how valuable this coaching is. Like, that's invaluable. Well, is that the right way to say that word? That's invaluable to have that.
The other thing I wanted to say about this is the fact of the matter that, again, not even did she have, and this is what I tell people all the time, and this is why we said it's so important to get in now before the end of the year, because this access is no longer available, right? Other than for T. Like T in February of 2026, if she has an issue, she can pick up the phone and call Derrick, right? And say, Coach, bro, I need your help. Moving like after December 31st, nobody else gets that access, right? You will have some form of access, but it will.
Now you older people are grandfathered into it, so don't be afraid if you just heard that. So Joanne's about to have a heart attack right now. Joanne met me 3 years ago, y'all. So and probably further, it's still family. So for you new people that's confused about what Shay just said, if you met me 9 years ago to December 31st of this year, nothing changes. Right. But in January 1st, in fact, December 31st at 12:59, everything changes. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? I gave him extra. 11:59, it all changes because what I'm giving T and what y'all hearing, guys, I do this for hundreds of people. I can no longer do this. Yeah. We've gotten bigger and better. We're expanding like crazy. And that's why my team is also building an AI version of Derrick, where he's always available. But again, if you met me 9 years ago and bought my coaching, it's still the same through December 31st, and you're grandfathered into it, and it never changes. But if you buy my coaching in January and it's not the legacy builder, you don't get my phone number like T. Right. You don't get me in your meetings. Guys, you can still get all of that for that small fee that I gave y'all in that class. Yeah. Moving forward, that's a $20,000 product. So, right? I
want us to go back to something, right? T, would you say, how would you say this process has been for you? Yeah. With having that availability and having Derrick to rely on in those instances of those calls, what would you say has been the benefit to you?
If I didn't have Derrick, I'll be completely lost. I'll probably be doing this the wrong way, saying the wrong things. So just to have him there as a backup is just invaluable. Like, not amount of money can say, hey, it's not worth it. To me, I will pay double for this type of information and this type of access to someone where I can call you or just text you. Even like I did after the other meeting when I said, hey, can I have your opinion on this? What should I say? How should I respond? But like you told me, if I don't know, I get back with you. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
What I also I love what you say. So what would you say if you could unlearn what you've learned, right? and be like a fly, or put yourself in the position of being in this meeting and not having that information from your coach. Do you see places where you would have missed it? And tell us what are those areas you think you would have missed it on?
I definitely would have, like I said, messed up because they would ask question, okay, how would the program run? I wouldn't know how to respond. What's the is there assessment? I wouldn't know how to respond with that. How can we get them started? So everything in the program that you guys, taught us, and I'm working with you, Derrick, is just laid out. Okay, you say this, you say this. If I didn't do that, I'm like, I just be fumbling over myself. I didn't, know what to say or how to. So they'll think of me like I don't have any experience. And even with these meetings, and I've, been to a couple by now, they said to me, hey, we've have other providers who are doing this the wrong way. So they're kind of hesitant in working, with new people.
Yeah.
They're saying, hey, we like how you came in. We like how you're professional. We like what you're saying. I come with my t-shirt. I come with my donuts. And they're more open and like, okay, she kind of knows what she's doing.
She gets it.
Hold on. I want T to restate something that she said, because if people didn't hear this, she said that they're leery on working with new providers because of what they're experiencing right now. So, wow, like I can go a whole bunch of different routes.
I got a bunch of questions too, because I can imagine what the people that are listening are also thinking. So I got two questions, and mine is kind of two-part. The first one, T, there's a lot of people that hear this stuff. They're like, wow, I want to get involved in this, but man, how I know Derrick could treat me like that? How do I know? T, what made you so confident to buy this coach and just would think that I would do exactly what I said? Like, encourage somebody there. Like, what made you buy the coaching? Did you hesitate? Did you sit around for a while and then buy? Talk about your buying process to get into coaching, and why did you trust it?
I've seen you guys once or twice on YouTube, and I prayed about it. And like I said, I was looking for an opportunity. I was looking for it. And it was just like, okay, it's right here in my face. And, when you said you love God, you love real estate, you love helping people. And I said, that's me, and I prayed about it. I'm like, okay, should I do this? And the answer was yes. I seen all the information that you're giving. I looked at your website, I seen your social media, and I seen all the help and all the individuals that you're helping. So I was like, okay, I can trust this guy, okay. And even from the first time I spoke with you, just right away you say, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. I'm going to hold your hand through it. So that made me feel, very confident. So I'm like, if you have any questions of why not, why not? Like, look, you need to. I think, like I said, we're all searching for an opportunity. We're all looking for something. But when it hit us in the face, it's like, why step away from it? You're not here, by accident. I think God put us here, for a reason. So there's a reason why you're looking at this, presentation right now on YouTube. Is a reason why we're all here. So I think, like I said, one, I seen you guys. I know you guys have experience. And like I said, success leaves clues. My thing is, let me follow somebody who done this. I'm not going to follow somebody who don't know how to do it. I've seen that you know how to do it. I'm going to follow everything of your footsteps.
Did you say success leaves clues?
Yeah, that's a t-shirt. Yeah,
can you please,
that's a big one. So,
that needs to be a whole brain.
Now I'm gonna try to stay on track, because that comment gave different questions that I want to ask, but I'm gonna just ask my next one in line, because if not, I can go all over the place. And somebody also agreed that was a great question, right? Because I try to often think like the consumer. So it's like, T, why did you buy this? What made you feel led? But anyway, sticking back to my other question, because I'll get off. I want to now teach, and I want people to hear this, but I want them to hear it from somebody else versus me and Shay. Somebody's listening right now, T, and saying, T, how are you even getting into these meetings? How are you even being invited to a Zoom or be able to go inside? What in the world did Derrick teach you that gets you in the door to these people? So, T, let's not keep secrets here. What kind of email are you sending, or what does your call sound like? Because somebody listening right now, T, and T, I'm not offended by this. Somebody not going to buy my coaching, but I'm such a great guy, and I love the pouring the people. I don't care. I want you to tell them, T, what are you writing, or what are you calling to say to get you in front of all of these meetings when you've been under my coaching less than, I'll say, 30 days? What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything special from anybody else. I'm watching the trainings. Going on the Saturday morning meetings, the Monday morning class on YouTube. I'm in the Facebook group. But like I said, I watch all the trainings. I follow what you say. So everything is there. It's provided to us. You have several videos where you said, okay, how do you talk to a provider? What do you say? So I'll follow exactly what you tell us to say. And the thing is, I'm just, keep doing it. For example, for this week, I had about 4 days out of the week, I had about 2 meetings each day for this week. So nothing is, is a secret. I'm following exactly what you say. All the trainings is in the back office, and you give the training away on YouTube for free. So basically, everything that you're saying to do, I'm following because it's already there listening for us.
One more question. I know that Shay's burning up the ask first because I got 1,000, but one more, right? Because again, somebody's listening, T, and I can think just like the consumer because I was there one day. T, even though you got all this great coaching and these videos, tell me why you still needed me on that call then. Hold it, because I'm joking. I'm gearing this up for a question. One thing about it, y'all, I got some great coaching inside of that DIY. But can you still see what she said and heard it? She said, I watched the stuff, but she still said, Derrick, can you be in this meeting? Why would she say that when the same stuff I said is in that? It's for the confidence. It's for to have your big brother right by you, the coach, the mentor. I'm rude. I'm just rude and crazy like that. But again, this is the only reason why I'm asking it. Because again, somebody saying, well, dang, like, I got the DIY. Well, I'm thinking about it, but she was still able to call Derrick, even though she saw it. So, T, I answered your question, but let me hear it from you.
Yeah, what's your experience in that?
Yeah, talk to me about it. Sorry, T.
No. When I first saw you guys, I seen the different packages, and in my head, like I said, I needed the one where I can talk to you. I needed somebody to hold my hand, because just going into this by myself, like I said, I wasn't confident. I don't know what to do, how to do it, and I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to start something and it fail. So the best thing I need to do is get a coach. Like I said, success leaves clues. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I don't have to figure out, do I need to do this or that? I can call you and I can ask you. I can ask you to be on the meeting. So basically, just that I won't mess it up, and you're there to hold my hand in it. So that's the reason why. Number one reason.
Be quiet, Shay, because I got a lot, but I'm gonna let you.
I'm gonna say this because somebody needs to hear this, right? Yeah. A lot of times, because I was once that person. When I left out of corporate America and entered into this space, I didn't understand the significance of coaching or consultants until I knew how it benefited me in the corporate space, but I don't know why my mind compartmentalized that for corporate, right? I didn't think of it in this space as an entrepreneur. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I worked with a lot of consultants, right? Yeah. In healthcare, I worked with a lot of consultants. I had to deal with a Steris consultant for a big project. So, I had to deal with a lot of things, and I don't know why I thought about it. But what I want to say this for the individual that's kind of contemplating, and I'm not trying to sell you anything. I want you to realize this. Consultants help you take away the analysis paralysis. Sometimes we can overanalyze, overthink a thing that can be so simple to do and to implement. But because of fear, because of doubt, because of discomfort, we tend to not do it. And we miss out on that opportunity. So a consultant or a coach that's going to give you a swift kick in the butt is going to be the one that helps keep you moving, right? It keeps you with that momentum to complete the task. I had a meeting yesterday with a lady I'm consulting, and I'm consulting them. And her biggest thing is, I don't want to bother you. You paid me to bother me, right? And I don't want you to get stuck, which you are in this position right now, and you're not moving forward. You've got $1 million idea that can go into a way bigger than your $1 million mindset, right? At this moment. But if you don't implement the consultant, if you don't activate me to do what I need to do, you're going to stay stuck. So I say to anyone that is trying to get into business, that's trying to become an entrepreneur, look for someone that is doing the thing that you are doing and glean from them. Because they can do one of two. They're going to end up doing a few things for you, motivating you letting you know that it is realistic and it can be done, but also just to make it make sense, vet that individual, right? Make sure that they are an accredited and a credible business, so that way you're not just throwing money at somebody because, right? I want you to vet, and then make make the what's the word? Invest in yourself. Make the investment into you.
That's the best word,
right?
investment. Sometimes people don't
in the
say it
last
that way.
couple of years, what people don't realize is that we spent a lot of money on coaching.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it out there, probably over $100,000 in coaching. And the reason why is because we don't only want to, and it's not even in this space, it's in other entrepreneurial space, in real estate, in business funding, in business lending, and in all of these marketing. Other areas, in marketing. Like, we're going down a whole rabbit hole right now for marketing and just educating us, not only us, but our team. So you want to make sure that you are the best thing to invest in. If you cannot invest in yourself, I would truly invite you and encourage you to do a self-analysis, because you are worthy of the investment. People will invest in themselves to go to college, but they won't invest in themselves to step out on faith and do something as an entrepreneur and invest in coaching and consulting. I can guarantee you this. If I could give away one of my degrees, because I've got a couple, y'all. 1, 2, I got 3.
Get that time back and put it in coaching.
If I could get, and that money. So let's go there. If I can invest, one of my degrees there, it cost me about $35,000. Do you know what I could have did with that $35,000 and not paid it for that degree? Because it didn't warrant me anything. I learned a few things, but did it take me to where I needed to go? Nowhere near like the coaching you take today. Exactly. So that's invest in yourself. 10 grand, 3 grand. Be big difference. Be strong enough. Invest in yourself. Find yourself worthy enough to invest in. Don't invest in Bitcoin. Invest in you. That's a t-shirt all in itself too. Right. So I want you guys to put in the chat some questions for T, especially if you're new to this concept. Even if you've already gotten started, T's very new at this, but just from the coaching level of being under us, I want 5 of y'all to put some questions in the chat for T. We're going to take a really small commercial break, guys, and we'll be right back. I hope you guys are enjoying the information. If you want more information just like this, what you're hearing now, make sure you text the phrase more info and don't put it in the chat. Text it to this phone number. Text more info. That's MOREINFO to the phone number 407-326-0086. We're going to give you our complimentary webinar, and then that leads to a complimentary call with me and my team to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, let's jump into it. And T, we did it, but let's do it just one more time. And T, this can just be random, just off the top of your head. Can you kind of give people an example of maybe what your email may sound like, where people are inviting you to come in and talk to them? What does that email sound like?
In the email, I basically say, hey, this is I'm from New Star Solutions. My name is T. Sims. I'm offering affordable housing. We're looking to connect with, different organizations in the area. So we're looking for individuals that are, that can take their own medication, that are independent as far as cook their own food, get their own transportation. Just say basically looking to connect. Is this a good time to reach out to you? You have any available this week? I can, a quick 5 to 10 minute phone call. So that's just basically in a nutshell. So just my company, what we're doing, and just trying to reach that person who can we talk to about affordable housing.
And the powerful thing is you're not sending this email from like t@gmail.com. Mm-hmm.
Red flag if it's coming from Gmail.
So you're sending it from a domain-based email. So it's might be admin or info@yourbusinessname.com, .net.org, whatever that is. So again, you're showing more trust, right? You're utilizing systems that can help make sure, like, for example, one of the things I want to talk about real quick is because you're using digital flow solutions for a lot of your marketing. Mm-hmm. Are you seeing the benefit, even in regards to like when you're sending out those email campaigns, the fact that you can see that somebody opened it, the fact that you can see if it went to their spam folder? How does that make you feel when you, like, in the process of communicating with these individuals?
It's really, really good. For example, when I went to the organization on Thursday, I had my card with the QR code that I created in the digital flow solution. So I'll let everybody know, hey, they can scan it. It will come up with an assessment, even just a contact, and it will come directly to me, and I'll get in contact with you right away. And I've gotten maybe about 5 or 6 from Thursday alone that I went to.
I love that. I love when I can show somebody something in digital flow solutions and they don't look at me like a deer in headlights and they get it. And
I'd be the deer in headlights.
Yes. And it implements. Like, this is the thing that people don't realize. But look at how easy she made it for the case manager or social worker or the individual that needs housing, that they can just scan a QR code, fill out the assessment form, and now it go to T.
She done all of that through the system that we give y'all through the coaching. So notice the title today, y'all, says, what is DFS? And I love what somebody said in the chat. She said, man, I wish I would have found y'all first. I done spent thousands of dollars and I'm nowhere. I guarantee you they also didn't give you the coaching and the CRM system that runs the whole thing. We're so smart here at Forston Consultants. We understand that most of y'all we coach got a 9-to-5 job. T, do you have a 9-to-5 job?
I do.
Exactly. So we want to be able to help you run your business when you can't.
Right.
Prime example, I want y'all to be able to feed your family from your 9-to-5 job right now.
Correct.
But if God is giving you this dream, who gonna answer your phone? Who gonna send the automated text messages? The system. Yeah. So digital flow solutions, for anybody that's new to us, when it says what is DFS, that's not a housing program, that's not a voucher. DFS stands for digital flow solutions that runs this entire business. And lucky for y'all, through our coaching, we give it to you. And Shay is giving a demo actually tomorrow night. So Shay, you can give them that prompt and then we'll get back to it. But ma'am, what you're hearing from T is that she's got the coaching, the support, and the CRM system that runs it all.
Software systems, right? So
when people say, well, yeah, I took Derrick coaching. No, you didn't take my coaching. You got my system. Because it's a whole system with us. Right. It's the God first, us as genius coaches. I'm your new big brother. That's your sister. Because if you want to go nonprofit, you won't talk to me about that. That's Shay's game. Right. So see how we got you covered all the way around. And again, the virtual assistants, that's also a part of the package. So Shay and I own a virtual assistant company in the Philippines. So can y'all imagine having every dream in your head and in your heart come true for $135 a week? Answer your phone, serve your business, do reach out, build your waiting list, find your property, find your tenants, all while you at your job trying to feed your family. Guys, that's why me and Shay got 8 businesses. Not because we just so good. No, it's God first. These dadgum assistants. Jennifer's here today. I wouldn't be nothing without Jennifer right here in this chat today helping me. Exactly. So again, guys, we have a system that runs it on. T, we got a lot of more questions for you.
A lot of questions actually have come into the chat for you, T. So one is, T, do you have a house?
No, I don't have a house. And that's the kind of bad part I'm at right now, because I'm marketing so much and I'm getting in contact with so many of the providers.
Somebody calling you right now, T.
No, no, that's my sister. I called her
in real time.
Hold on. Tell us. They come on YouTube.
Telling you on TV and she can come on YouTube.
I'm doing an interview. Call me back. Bye.
Mom, I'm on TV.
No, that's my sister. Well, she's going to be at my open house helping with signing. I told her already.
No. So hold on, Jen, can you go back to that question that was up about does he have a house? Let's put up those. I'm going to go.
That's my favorite subject.
Because I want to circle back on something that I when I ended up getting into the car after y'all's meeting, I heard the second part of another meeting that you're pulling your coach into. So talk about it. You said you're in that.
I think me and T got a meeting Monday.
Right. Y'all are in that place now, T, and I want you to talk about this because you promoted so much. Go back there where you said you promoted so much. You're doing your what? What's happening?
I'm getting a lot of calls and a lot of when is the house going to be ready? We want to start sending people. And I'm like, okay, it's coming. I'm going to have an open house. I'm going to invite you guys, to the open house. But like I said, I had about 5 assessments already from that one location. I had about 2 guys now on my waiting list. They know I don't have a house yet. They said, okay, I'm waiting. So I told them, sure, I'll put you on my wait list. So they're, ready to go. And also I did have a call, and it was from a senior citizen who was looking for affordable housing. And because I used the HR way, I passed her on to someone in our network, and now she just got placed. I got a phone call yesterday that said, hey, she's moving in on Monday.
And most of the people that just heard you say that have no clue what you mean. Can you tell the people what in the world you mean by you HR aid somebody? What does that mean?
Just basically a housing referral agency. So right now, if I have, a house or not, and if maybe that individual is suited somewhere else, I can, refer her to my network. So another person in our network, I can just say, hey, this person is looking for housing. Could you, do you have any space for them? And they can say yes or no. So I'll just pass them on to that person.
I love this.
So guys, in our coaching, we teach you all how to do this, whether you have a house or not. So if you're somebody says, well, I'm going to get started when I'm able to get a house, the devil is a liar, not under us. You're going to start right now under what we call the HRA. And watch this, because I'm a nice guy. I'm going to give you a free 14-minute webinar that breaks down what T just said. How many of you all would love to know how to house the homeless and the displaced, but you don't need the dadgum property? Put a number 5 in the chat. I'm going to bless y'all. Put a number 5 in the chat right now if you want to be like T, where you're doing the work, you're getting the calls, but because you don't have a house yet, you refer out and make a referral fee. Put a number 5 in the chat if that's of interest to you. Right now for you all, and listen really carefully because it's going to be the same number that's scrolling below right there on the bottom of that screen. If you text these 3 letters, HRA, and nothing else to that phone number 407-326-0086, it'll give you that 14-minute webinar, and all you got to do is put in your name, email address, phone number, 14-minute webinar, and you can start making money tomorrow following that coaching. It's called the HRA. And T, tell them one more time, what does that stand for and how do they do it?
It's basically stand for the housing referral program. So if I have someone who comes in and they, need placement, either if I don't have any home or if I don't have any space, I can pass her over to somebody in my network. And I got my referral fee for it as well. So that's exciting.
And I got my referral fee. Come on. And that was another part of our conversation the other day, is how to set that up, right?
Yes, Shay.
How do you actually do it and make sure you get your referral fee? We actually talked to T about that. And what do you set up? How do you make sure that you're handing someone off to the appropriate provider or housing provider? And that's a part of, again, you get all of that information in all of our courses. The other question I wanted to ask or even just comment on is, T, you're making so many connections that you even had someone offer you their houses. Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, I contact someone in an organization. First I sent her an email, I followed up with the phone, and she, we did an online presentation, and she was like, hey, can you come down to the organization? And I said, no problem. So I came down, she showed me the whole organization. I brought her coffee and donuts in my shirt as well. And she was so excited and thankful for that. She gave me a hug. She was like, thank you. Like Derrick said, we can't just say, hey, give me. You have to say, hey, here's something. So I said, thank you so much for the great work you're doing. And I, offered that to her. So just speaking with her and just connecting and networking, she has a couple houses and she's saying, hey, I want to probably have someone else take over. And I said, really? I said, okay, no problem. We can talk about that. And she also said, hey, I have a landlord who's interested in, partnering with people like us. And he knows what we do. I was like, I would love to give you his information. I said, no problem. I said, hey, let me talk to my business partners and we can set up a call. And that's exactly what we're doing with my business partner, Derrick.
Exactly. Now, I'll admit, guys, this don't happen all the time like this, but can you see what happens when you put yourself out there? I don't know if y'all just heard what just happened.
Yeah.
She reached out to providers like I teach y'all. This provider actually had a couple ILFs and want to get rid of some of them. And guess who she offered them to? But how does that happen if you don't never reach out and go out to the community?
I'll also say this.
Oh, that's powerful.
When you show up in the right manner. T didn't go in her house shoes, a hoodie, and some busted jeans, right? T showed up. She came with an offering, I should say. And in her departure, she ended up receiving an offer. So she went with an offering.
Come on, Shay.
She went with an offering of
Shay
coffee and
preach now,
donuts.
y'all.
Of coffee and donuts. Like, she was completely branded. She went professional. She knew how to speak to what she is going to provide. And I think that's the one thing that a lot of people get wrong in this space. You're having the wrong conversations with the wrong people. And then when you get in the room with the right people, you're still having the wrong conversations. And that is one of the biggest stumbling blocks when you come into this field, into this space. But T literally came with an offering, a service. She had a service, Derrick. She had coffee and donuts. She had
coffee and donuts is not a secret. Make sure you go not empty. Like, you can't go empty-handed. Me. I got beds. Can you send me people? That's what most of y'all do. So let me give you something really simple. And you heard T say it. Guys, many years ago with that social worker that worked in the hospital for 9 years, reps that wanted to talk to us and the ones that made it to the back room to talk to Derrick, because everybody wanted to meet Derrick because I was the social worker. Yeah. Guys, they brought lunch. And watch this, true story. We had the front desk lady so trained that we said, Miss Barbara, if they don't come with no Starbucks, if they don't come with Ruth Chris, if they don't come with dinner or lunch, tell them to leave his card at the counter and we'll call him later. But the lady that brings donuts and coffee, get one going, Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme,
they had a whole
Duck Donuts.
Derrick, y'all had a
You call me Miss Barbara, we'll come get that guy.
And didn't y'all have like a keyword or something?
Come on, man.
They had a keyword.
We had it all set up. And that's the advantage of you all having me as the guy that done both sides of this. I was a social worker for 9 years. Yeah. I teach T how to go find Derrick in terms of the job I did for 9 years. Yep. And how do you stand out to Derrick when everybody else is trying to call Derrick? Everybody want to talk to Derrick. But nobody says, you know what, guys, thank y'all for the great work that y'all do with this place. This is a tough job and we get it. Coffee and donuts on me today. Oh, and just in case if you need housing, we taped our card to the top of the box. Does that make sense, everybody? 10 of y'all put in the chat, bro, that makes sense. It's a small gesture that goes a long way, because now T is hard to forget. When you show up, they're going to forget you because all you came and say, hey, I got beds. Can you send me people? Yeah. First of all, that ain't the way you say it anyway. So 80% of my coaching and Shay's coaching is about language and the verbiage in which we use and who we give it to. Yep. Because language is a what? Language is a what? And if you give that language to the wrong person, it's going to send you down a rabbit hole. Back on you, Shay.
Here's the next question. Jen. Is Jen with us, right? Jen be flipping.
Put in the chat while we get these slides together. Put in the chat if you're new to us. Type the word new if you're newly to us in the last 2 weeks or so. Back on you, Shay.
So the next question is, do you need insurance? Yes.
Absolutely.
You are a business. You are setting yourself up professionally. So yes, you will get a general
dumbest mistake I made was not getting it. And that led to a $40,000 lawsuit when some guy claimed to stump his big toe and called Morgan & Morgan. Yeah. See, Shay give y'all the clean side. I went through a $40,000 lawsuit trying to get it from the mud.
I love how he said
that's a lie.
A $40,000 lawsuit. How about some lawsuit?
But just for that one was 40.
Yeah.
So let me just be real with you, right? Most coaches are lying, mixing up that they've been perfect from the beginning. Guys, I messed this up every way you can imagine. Yeah. But not like the lady that I told you about that did this in rats and roaches. I just didn't know what I was doing, which leads you to making wrong decisions. You think you're doing a good thing. It's actually a bad thing. So, guys, make sure you get a general liability policy. Correct. Don't be like me. In fact, I got a book entitled How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco. It's the 12 dumbest mistakes I ever made doing this. Yeah. That lawsuit, I think, was like number 1 or number 2 on the countdown. Right? So, guys, go to forstonconsultants.com. Check out all the books, all of the coaching. And then we're here 7 days a week live.
Yeah.
So
next
I saw a comment in one of the groups that I just want to address. Somebody had a hard time with what we was talking about earlier about investing in themselves. And they were upset about that we charge for what we teach. But just like I told you guys, right? You can't beat us any way possible because I coach for free 7 days a week. So my YouTube channel, and a few of y'all admitted it already, you're going to learn more today from me in this session from courses you paid for. Now, if you agree with that, put a number 3 in the chat because some of y'all said it already. In terms of what you're going to learn just today, and you new to me, out of all these people, some of y'all paid more in the course, and they didn't give you close to this or the insight from other people that they so-called coach, because most people ain't even really doing it. They tricking y'all. And remember, we're the trademark owners of Independent Living Facility.
Yep.
Shay, back on you.
So the next question was, how do I get started? Just text more info to the number said. So do me a favor, November Ren, if you can just say, you can actually text that and say, hey, Jen, because Jen is here today and Jen can help you get started. So you can just say, hey, Jen, I'm wanting to get started. Can you help me out? And Jen is the master.
First of all, the bot's going to give you our webinar, which is the first step for everybody. So if you're super new to me, I'm talking to y'all today like family. You want to watch the webinar, and we're actually scrolling it right now below. So right below me, can everybody see that number that's slowly going across the bottom? Yeah. If y'all text the word more info to that number, the first step is going to give you that webinar. You watch it. Jennifer's going to see you seeing it, and she's going to call you for a discovery call. Yep. Now, we encourage people to bring all your questions here. But if you say, I want that coaching, like I want the DIY or that one-on-one, then you talk to Jennifer in that case, and we'll get you started with the coaching. But first step for everybody is watch the webinar. And then remember, we're live on YouTube 7 days a week at 7 p.m. Saturday is the only day that we come on at 10 a.m. Every day is 7 p.m. Eastern. And that's what I mean by that. Guys, I can't be beat. You either get the DIY, you get the one-on-one, you can get the legacy, and that's a whole application. You just can't buy that. Or if you say, well, Derrick, I ain't got no money for no coaching. I don't really want to invest in myself. No problem. I coach 7 days a week for free.
And we just gave them.
So shame on the lady that's like, well, they talk, man, I coach for free 7 days a week.
I'm gonna be a little messy, T. Forgive me. I'm gonna just say it. This person came to a live event. This person came to that master class. This person then stated that they don't want to pay for coaching. So why keep trying to invest in yourself for free and think somebody's gonna mentor you and have you follow them around like a wedgie for every waking moment? And be more of, again, to me, that's somebody that doesn't understand the concept and doesn't understand how they just don't understand education. Yeah. Like that's it. We can't do, it's not do for you, right? We're going to walk you through the process, and all the questions that were asked by this individual were answered with clarity, with full clarity. It just shows to me that they're unable to implement. So again, long story short, TW2326 said the exact same thing. Like other coaches keep trying to keep scaling you up. Guys, I got one price for my stuff. Now there's a lot of people that get the DIY and then upgrade later, but when you get that one-on-one coaching, you're locked in. And remember, if you met me 8 years ago to December 31st this year, you get my same coaching I've been doing ever since I started it. But if you meet me January, a lot of you all won't even know the difference, but that's going to go to more of a group setting. And I'll admit, that's still going to be probably once a week coaching. So it's still one-on-one, because I'll admit, my one-on-one people don't call me every week. Not all of them. Now, T, I'm hearing from T 2 or 3 times a week, and that's the way it should be. That's no knock on T. I tell y'all to do that. And I'll tell you right now, the most successful people are the people that blow me up in the beginning and do all of this stuff T doing. Because watch this, in 6 months, Shay and I going to be saying, babe, you know what? We ain't heard from T in a long time. Which for us as coaches, that's one of the biggest compliments. Because as a coach, if I don't hear from you, A, you either doing really good, or B, life done hit you over the head and you done just kind of shrunk down and you fell out. So, but I got a good feeling that in 6 months, T won't even need us. When we talk to T in 6 months, it's going to be for her next new business that's about AI or something different. Right. Because most of y'all that get this coaching between 6 and 9 months, you don't need me no more for this. And now we scale your other business.
Back in the chat. Let's
So
keep it
we're
moving.
at the hour mark. So let's go because I don't want to keep tea. It's Saturday for tea now.
And my birthday is kind of sort of today and tomorrow.
Right.
So yeah, you're right.
So Max, what has helped you when calling agencies in order to get past the gatekeeper and get to the decision maker?
For one, to be honest, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll call the front desk, the administrator answer. Hey, I take your information and I'll let them get back to you. So I send an email, I'll call back, or be like, Mr. Jermaine, I'll just pop up. If I'm in the area, hey, I sent an email, I gave a call and nobody answered. I'm just here to introduce myself, if I'm in the area. But sometimes I don't, but I keep trying and keep going. Or if not, just move on to the next person.
What I love about what you said is consistency is going to show
Follow up.
It's from a financial perspective, right? Let's say you sold shirts or you sold some type of product and people are interested. The funds it's always in the follow-up, right? You've got to have a system created. So it's not a one and done. What is going to, if you did not make that first contact, what is going to be your SOP, your standard operating procedure for making sure you can get something in the hands of somebody at this organization? So you set up that flow, right? It may be 3 phone calls to an email, from an email now to I'm gonna just show up with coffee and donuts or some type of flyer or something to just drop off. What you don't realize is that does a lot more good for you because most people in this space are one and dones, right? So a lot of these organizations are wanting to see how hungry you are for it before they go and try and start investing in you. They want to see that you're going to put enough in it for yourself before they say, oh, okay, we can call this lady, right? They're not going to, some of them won't call on the first pickup. Won't answer on the first pickup. They may not even look at your 5 emails, but on that 6th or 7th one, it's just like, okay, this person, they've been consistent. Let's go ahead and meet with them now. And that's just vetting, right? That's them vetting you. I can guarantee if you're sending this information like T did, they looked her up. They wanted to see if she was an actual business. I'm sure they went to the Secretary of State and put it in to see, does this exist? Does this business even exist?
They're going to that social media page too.
They're going to social media. They're doing all of these things to vet you behind closed doors, and you don't even know this. So just be mindful of that. Like your consistency in everything that you do, from social media, from reaching out to following up, is necessary as any business owner. How many of you put a number 2 in the chat if you signed up for something, whether it was a product that you were just interested in and they are following up, honey? They are sending you
backing over, emailing y'all every day.
Come on.
JCPenney is emailing you every day. Home Depot is in your thing every day.
Until you go in and unsubscribe.
You guys should be the same.
So we're no different from those big multi-million-dollar companies. You got to see yourself in that same space, okay? And to be able to do this, like prime example, Sis, Roundtree, Latricia, you should be in your vein for digital flow solutions. So guess what? You can create 5 emails or 12 emails, set them up as a drip campaign, and they will go out every 3 days or however you want to schedule them to go out. That way you can now see if the person opened the email. If the person didn't open the email, guess what the system, Digital Flow Solutions, allows you to do? It will resend the email again, and you can change the title now or the subject to make it more appeasing for that person to click that email to open. So utilize software and systems the same way these big companies do. We gave you access to it. This is how you consistently do without having to consistently do, right? You can set up 20 emails. Sit down on a Sunday, create 20 emails, put them in your digital flow. You create them in Digital Flow Solutions. Create them, set them up, schedule them out. Your system can still even text message. So if you've got a point of contact by phone, do the same thing. Schedule text messages to go out every couple of days. My census is. So again, that's some of the ways you can do that in that sense. And I know the reason why I rolled over T on this one is because I know this is what she's doing.
Yeah.
T is actively in this system.
Or if she's
creating.
confused about it, she got the coaching and she still get the walkthrough of it. And that's why Shay's doing that class tomorrow. So
Correct.
if you're new to us, this system that we're speaking of, that we give y'all under the coaching, or if you said, Derrick, I don't want your coaching, but I want that system, join tomorrow, because still you can get it. So I put it on the screen, digitalflowsolutions.net. I'm encourage all of y'all to go and check it out. In fact, our team just newly rebuilt it. So go and check it out, show that page some love. But more importantly, go there and be nosy. Look at what we're offering in terms of what you need to run this business. Because remember, it's an all-in-one platform and it's a CRM. So it comes with your website build out, your business phone, and a bunch of other tools depending on what level you want. Make sense, everybody? And everybody needs this in a CRM and a website to run your business. Guys, we're going into 2026. No more bootlegging the business. No more of treating it as a hobby. We got to treat it like a business. And a lot of times it starts with the CRM.
So real quick, you just made me miss my So if you're interested in joining me tomorrow night for a live demo of Digital Flow Solutions, text the word yes. That's it, just yes, YES, to 407-326-0086. And it will enroll you through Forston Consultants, but again, it will connect you to Digital Flow Solutions. So those are two separate entities, but just text the word yes to the numbers scrolling below.
Yep. And I actually put it on screen for them too.
0086. And you'll get the link to sign up for tomorrow night's live session. Okay?
Let's take a quick commercial break, guys, and we'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on, family? Please make sure that you watch our webinar, which is the first step to getting started. So just text the phrase more info, MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. Don't type it in the chat. Don't put it below. Text it to that phone number. That way you'll get that free webinar, but also it leads to a discovery call with me and my team to see how we can get you started. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Show me anything else to where you can make such an impact in your community, serve God, but also make a bunch of money doing it. We don't hide that. We want to make a lot of money doing what this is so that we can extend our hand in the community and continue to be the answer to affordable housing. Text more info to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's get back to the show.
Let's get back.
All right, we are back. We are back, and we're going to gear up some more questions for T. And T, by all means, now, if you got to go, just say, Derrick, I got to go, bro.
T.
Like, don't let me keep you here, T.
Listen, T.
But I want to make sure that we also show a lot of our new people that have no clue who we are, kind of where this came from. But right now, can you guys put 10 more questions in the chat for T? Forget asking me. I want you guys to ask T 10 more questions. I'm sorry, Shay.
I said I'm queuing them up.
Oh, perfect. Give me 10 more for T. And I want to just show you guys something really quickly, right? So we talked about what is an ILF and where it started. I was the social worker and the discharge planner. I teach y'all to find me. The job that I did for 9 years, Jen, if you can take that other comment down, that's what I want you guys to do. We trademarked it and we talked about all of that. So don't be fooled by people that's pretending to teach this and using the name of it the wrong way. Don't be fooled. We trademarked it, and I proved that. Here go me as y'all big brother as that social worker trying to figure my life out and get into real estate. And this is what I saw. So the burnt up kitchens, the rats and the roaches, guys, God allowed me to see a lady that was making 41 grand a month in these conditions. So I hope y'all wouldn't do this, but look at the beds on the ground. Look at the beds that are on cinder blocks. Guys, this is the wrong way. And one more time, if you just joined us, these are called independent living facilities. No license required. You don't have to own the property, and there is no $30,000 sprinkler system. But the devil is a liar that we're going to do it like this. 7 of y'all put in the chat, say, that's the wrong way, Derrick. So if T came under our coaching and wanted to do it like this, she couldn't be under us. We love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And how you going to make 41 grand a month and house people in these conditions? Yeah. So the devil is a liar. And really quickly, this is the way it looks today. So Shay, gear up questions. We're going to keep going. But this is what it should look like today. And this is a shared living environment. We could talk about that private room that's got a bathroom, because everybody that call your phone may not want to share. And if they can afford it, we're going to give them that private room. So there are different levels of this housing as well. Private suite, shared. Shay, on you.
All right, T, here we go. Do you have family or friends support, or are you doing everything by yourself?
I'm doing everything by myself. But I do, for example, if I have my open house, I already start telling everyone, hey, you're going to be there. You're going to be, the food, you're going to be at the sign in. So they're supporting like that, but I'm doing everything by myself.
The next question is, how are you managing your time since you are currently working and starting this business at the same time?
Well, I'm fortunate enough to be working from home, so I'm really, really, grateful for that. But on my lunch break, I can go meet with a provider. Um, on the weekends after I leave here, I'm going to be passing out my flyers and, posting my flyers at the bus stop. So just any free time that I have, I'm going to be doing that.
I love that. You make time for what you want.
Make time. Come on, Shay.
Hey, T, are you doing cold calling, going in person, passing out flyers? How are you getting these social workers?
I'm doing everything. So not much cold calling. I'll send them an email first, then I'll call afterwards. And if they don't respond to me and I'm in the area, I'll stop by, say, hey, I did try to contact you. I haven't gotten a response. I just want to introduce myself. I am passing out flyers. Like I said, I'm after here when I leave running my errands, just, my day to day, I'm going to be passing out my flyers. I'm stopping at every bus stop. I'm going to be pasting it on every bus stop.
Every bus stop. That's the gym. Hope you guys are taking notes.
Yeah.
This.
How much do you need to get started? I'll give that one to you, dude.
She can actually answer. Well, I mean, T can answer it and I'll go, but that's going to be different for everybody. But T, do you want to try to answer that one?
For me, first of all, the information is priceless, right? So what are you getting right now is no amount of money, because if you say to me, hey, invest $5,000 and in a year you can be $100,000 or a millionaire, how much people will do that? So the money that you pay, like you say, investing yourself, that's priceless. No amount of money can say, it's worth it or not, but you have to do the work as well. So like I said, I'll pay double for the information and for the coaching, because you can't get that anywhere else.
Answer this, T, just in case if she's talking about like property, what would a 4-bed, 2-bath home go for in your area?
It's about $3,000 a month to rent that. And you mean to buy it or just to rent it?
Just to rent it.
Yeah, about right now when I look, majority of them about $3,000 a month just for rent.
So let me coach right there for 2 seconds. So answering that question about what it would take to get started. Now, T went straight for the coaching, but if you're talking about outside of the coaching and what you'll pay for that, just double whatever the rent is times 2. Most people are going to want what they call first and security. And if you get somebody really greedy, they're going to want first security and a deposit. Yeah. And they'll mean the same stuff, but they'll word it differently just to get more money. So meaning that if that guy's greedy, he may want $9,000. But do you see how fast T needs $6,000 just to make this happen? Yeah. So just to answer your question, ma'am, $6,000 just for her to get that house in Maryland. I don't know where you live at. So the lady that asked that question, put in the chat your city and state, because it's going to be different for all of y'all. Because that same 4.2, I'm going to get that in my city for $2,000, not $3,000. Yeah. But also where I live at, T's going to charge more because of where she lives instead of me. So my beds may start at $700, hers will not, because simply where she lives at in that area and what the people she's serving, what they receive in SSI or SSDI income. Back on you, Shay and T. Yeah.
So November Rand says, I have homes and a 3-story facility sitting and waiting. Can you help? Come on.
Well, I can absolutely help. This is what we do. Now, when you say 3-story, that's a long ways up. So the only thing about those is that kind of cuts down on your elderly adults. Even though I got some elderly guys that can go upstairs, but that's kind of the only population that I would think of that would kind of hinder just a little bit if they can't go upstairs. But we can absolutely help. Let me know what city and state you're in. November. Somebody said Birmingham, so you're going to be a lot less than what T just named. You can get 2 houses in Birmingham for what T's paying for 1. Okay, you can get 2 nice places for $1,500 a piece in Birmingham. Tell me if I'm lying in the chat. San Antonio 4-bed are around $2,000. So you and I are right in that same range, Miss Cindy. Yep. So I have a 4-bed 2-bath right now that's $1,800. That's a steal. Okay.
All right. Anthony Cox says, how much is your referral fee?
So T, how much is your referral fee, T?
It's going to be $250 for my referral fee.
She's affordable. Shay, what's your referral fee?
$300.
I'm all for 300. And the way that we teach it, big bro, or whoever asked that, just so that you understand it, when you watch that free webinar that I gave y'all, that's only 14 minutes to learn the HRA, you choose your own fee. There are some people that charge half of the first month's rent of what that person's paying. Prime example, if I send you Tyrone, because you didn't know Tyrone called my phone, I sent him to you. If Tyrone moved in and you charged him $800, I want $400 because that's half of what you charged him. Some people have a flat fee.
Correct.
So I coach start at least 200 and then you choose from there going up.
Yeah.
I want to see nobody under me charging under 200 because watch this. You've done the work to get your phone ringing. You built these connections. So we want you to be benefited for that.
And then we also have to validate and vet you.
Yeah.
Right? So we're not just going to take your word on that you're this great housing provider. No. There's a whole process that goes into that. And it's like, prime example, I told T, you're going to run into some instances where people be like, forget your whole situation. Like, I'm not going through all these hoops for you to refer to me. Bye. Because I don't want you being a partial representative of my business. Because now you created a business partnership, right? Even though that's a referral source going into you, you're now a reflection of a partial reflection of T's business. Yeah. So we've got to make sure that you and I are on one accord and that you're housing people the right way and not in rats and roaches. So that's what that looks like. So yes, it's a lot of work that goes into this before the partnership even manifests itself. Yeah. So there's work on T's end. She's making the relationships in the community. Now she's got to vet you and make sure that you are who you say you are, and you ain't gonna be on no foolishness, and ruining her good name. Yep. Right. So that's a whole part of that. TW 2326 says, so since the business is new and no income yet, is the money spent for expenses coming from you personally, or did you get a loan for the business? So a lot of people fail to realize. I'm going to answer this real quick because I want to talk from a coaching perspective. Most people think that when you jump into business, you're automatically going towards a business loan. Your business isn't even old enough or matured enough to obtain a loan or any type of funding. So when you see someone going into business, it is self-funded. And the good thing about self-funding your business is those are business, they become business write-offs on your taxes. So when you become an entrepreneur, right, you've got to know the importance of taxation. You've got to know the importance of write-offs. What can you write off on your taxes? Because those are the things that benefit you in the long run. A lot of people get mad at wealthy individuals talking about, oh my God, they got all these tax breaks. But when you start making money, okay, because we were both middle-class earners, and let me tell you, Uncle Sam was in our pocket.
I was under middle.
Well, I was,
I was 28 grand a year.
Uncle Sam was always in my pocket. T, I'm sure he's in yours too. But what people don't, when you get into the business realm of things, you pay more taxes. So you've got to be cognizant of what you're doing financially so that you're making the right financial decisions and you're not limiting your business growth. Okay, so just know that most entrepreneurs, a huge percentage, if they don't have investors investing in them, they're not starting businesses off of business loans. Absolutely not, because you've got to show P&Ls, which is profit and loss statements. You've got to show that you either you filed business taxes. Like, these are the requirements for getting business funding. You've got to have business. You got to have filed taxes. You've got to have bank statements. You've got to have a profit and loss sheet. Like, all of these things are necessary when you're looking at funding for your business. So know that a brand new business isn't just going to, nobody's just going to say, okay, you know what? You want to start a business, Derrick? It sounds amazing. Here's $20,000. Yeah. No. You're more of a risk.
And a business loan, no. But business credit, yes. But T, I'll let T hop in. T, did you have a rich uncle? Did you have a bunch of money, or did the bank give you a loan?
No, it's all self-funded, but I'll say it takes money to make money. I set up my, business the right way. I got my EIN, I got my business card, I got my business bank account, and I'm getting a business credit card. So that's what I've been, using as well.
Yeah.
Got it. So now I'll just kind of give my little story, right? When I first started, y'all know me, 28 grand a year. How's I going to get into any of this? So I'll admit, like, I robbed Peter, I paid Paul, I tapped into family, and there was a nurse that I worked with that gave me $10,000. So I tell you guys a lot of times, man, like, if you can't find a friend or somebody to pour to you or an investor, you need to reevaluate your circle. And I'll be honest, man, if you pitch this to somebody that understands business and real estate and the numbers, this is a no-brainer. When I told that nurse at my job what I was getting ready to get into, first of all, not just being, whatever, she believed in me.
Yeah.
She also believed in the concept. She said, Derrick, this is going to be a no-brainer because everybody do this the wrong way. And I know you, boy, you're going to do it the right way.
Yeah.
I said, will you give me 10 grand to do it? Just kind of jokingly saying it.
Yeah.
She gave it to me. And that's how I began to scale, right? So reevaluate your circle and also look at yourself. Are you that bad of a person where somebody won't give you 2 or 3 grand just for now to pay you back later? Right. And also, I used to preach this all the time, and I'm going to start back preaching it, but having good credit is the cheat code to life and business. Shay and I started every business we have, not from money from our pocket. It came from a business credit card usually. And one thing about good credit, it don't care how long you've been in the business. You can start a business tomorrow. No experience, no income. But if you got a 720 credit score, I can show you how to go to every bank in your city and get 20 grand from every one of them. That's not hard, actually. Most people just do that and don't know what to do with the money. Then they get in trouble.
Yeah.
Right? So I done seen every side of that. I also had some business ideas that didn't work out. Guys, I done seen everything in business. The highs, the lows, the super lows. So low I was under the dirt. But boy, we living in some highs right now. God blessing the socks off of our feet. So we done seen it all. So fix your credit this year. Let me be your big brother and tell you that everybody get your credit fixed. I'm always in credit repair because I'm always going up and down because I'm always investing. I'm buying property. I'm starting businesses. I'm using credit at times. So I always stay in credit repair. So my advice to y'all, fix your credit. Get some better networking people around you that are investors and start talking about this thing every day, everywhere you go. Yeah. You will be amazed at who want to partner with you, who's got the money. You got the dream and you get the coaching, you got the how-to. You just need somebody to have the money. Yeah. Because guys, I didn't have none either, but don't let that be your excuse.
All right. So next question is, do you use QuickBooks for payments or what? Digital Flow Solutions and Stripe. Those are the only 2 things that I use for payments. I put that in there earlier. So Digital Flow Solutions is my back end, which is my CRM. Like today, I actually need to send my new resident an invoice because she did. We broke her payment down for her first month. So I said I'll invoice you, but then after this, she'll get automatic deductions. So our system will pull the money automatically on the date that we set for it to come out. So, that's how we take payments for our residents. What about you, T? Well, T, how did you accept your HRA fee?
It's through Stripe. So I have Stripe and I have the Digital Flow Solution set up. So I already have all that ready to go.
Yeah.
And just for people, go ahead, Shay.
No, go ahead.
And just for people that may not understand all of this techie talk, because I'm not very techie either, y'all, but my tenants, when they pay rent, I don't drive around and go pick up that money. Stripe is a payment processor. Digital Flow Solutions is the software, remember, that we give y'all. So every first of the month or on the 3rd, it swipes it from my client's bank account and go right into my account. Most of y'all can understand that better because somebody said, well, what is Stripe in? What is the DFS? Digital Flow Solutions is DFS, which is the system we give y'all, which is your CRM and your website. Right from that, we're going to hook it up with Stripe. And on the 1st of the month, I'm going to go in my system and say, Mark Turner gets paid on the 1st. Take this money from this card. Because when Tyrone move in your place, you can say, Tyrone, give me that credit card real quick. I need your debit card. We're going to put his number in that system. Are y'all following me? And on the 1st of the month, while usually I'm in bed still sleeping or doing something else, it's going to go and it sucks it out of that bank account. Yeah. So that we ain't riding around trying to chase money. I did that for the first few years in this. I don't pick up manual money anymore. In fact, I don't want cash. Y'all, I was so broke in my life at a point. I never thought I would say the phrase, I don't want your cash. Guys, I don't want their cash. I want that card to go in my account. So I ain't chasing him and he ain't chasing me.
Can I tell you something? You only take cash if you got a cash register.
Ooh. Is that a bar?
It just hit me in the
T, was that a bar? Like that's a whole bar. I don't have a cash register. I'm digital. I don't want your cash.
Because if you're not, if you're taking cash, how are you accounting for your money?
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age.
That's bootlegging it to me.
Yeah. So if you don't take cash unless you got a cash register.
Yeah.
That's the only way you take cash.
No. Watch this. I'm a reasonable guy. If I get some old school cat that say, Derrick, man, I ain't with all that, strife. I don't want to give you my card number. I'm gonna give you cash money. Now I don't argue with that, but I'm trying to guide him to. That's ain't how we take it, bro. In fact, you probably can't even live here if you want to give me cash. But according to my program, they want me to get your card.
But can I tell you?
Hold on, Shay. My mom's watching. She gonna say, Derrick, you keep cutting. Shay, you keep cutting Derrick off. My mama pick on us all the time. And T, she gonna swear we didn't let you talk, T.
Right. She
gonna say y'all didn't even let T talk.
She did that with us the other day, Katara. You got us in trouble, Katara.
Anyway, I'm done. I'll just say we don't collect cash. Back on you, Shay, because mama gonna get me and you.
What I will say is this: if you do collect cash, still use your payment process because you can identify that you picked up the funds in another method, another manner. So you can allocate there that it was a cash transaction, and a lot of people don't do that, and that's where you get in trouble. Because if you start, what people don't realize is $500 or more being deposited into an account without any record is considered taxable income. I hope you heard that. Can be considered taxable income. So you need to make sure that you are identifying where funds are coming from when you're putting them in your business account. And that's even for your personal account. So if I'm like, that's why when people come to us as affiliates, we make everybody sign a W-9.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need it for your tax records. Because if I send you close to $2,000 for referring somebody to the ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching, the bank's going to look at you and be, oh, what we doing, money laundering? What you got going on, right? And who is this company sending you money and why? So you want to make sure that when you're doing things as a business, you're doing them in decency and in order.
Yep.
All right.
Somebody says, how do you pay yourself? That's just called an owner withdrawal. Correct. Now, Shay's got a different answer because she's nonprofit. But me as an LLC, I simply go to that account and send that to my personal account. It's just called an owner's withdrawal. Very simple.
I'm about to bust.
Shay's own is a little bit different.
No, I'm gonna make your feelings hurt. You ready?
Okay, hurt me.
You can no longer do owner's withdrawals come January 1.
Okay.
You know that, right?
I did not know that. What's the route?
Because you are now a C Corp.
S Corp, you mean?
I mean S Corp. Yeah, I'm saying C Corp. Yeah, S Corp. So we have to actually change the way we.
Why are you telling these people my business?
I'm telling because we don't always tell on me. So I'm telling
y'all. No. In fact, that's how we are, right? So my accountant and I have been talking for a long, and I'll even admit, not even my housing program. She ain't even talking about that. My housing program is still an LLC,
right?
But my other business she's talking about is now an S Corp. And what she's saying, which I'll admit I didn't know on this live call, I didn't know you couldn't do an owner's withdrawal.
Going in there pulling money
so
down.
Probably what they wanted to do now is write a check.
Correct.
Right.
They
so
want us to take a
which seems the same, but I don't get into the nuances of it.
It's a lot.
But so in other words, you're saying the net will want us to just write a manual check?
No, we need to come up with a salary.
A salary?
Yep.
So how do you pay it though? How do I get it?
You can pay it that same way.
Oh, still owner's withdrawal.
It can only be an identified time.
Not just any time like before.
Like when you want to just.
So do y'all see me learning? I didn't know this. And that's why I got an accountant. That's not my game. Yeah. My game is but the rules of it, and that's why my old package actually had my accountant as a part of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get 3 more questions for T, and then we're gonna begin to wrap you guys up because the day is kind of my birthday. It's kind of tomorrow. It's November the 16th, but Shay and I just crazy enough. We celebrate a couple days before, during, and a little bit after. So my birthday kind of started yesterday. Yep. So 3 more questions for T, and we're gonna get her out of here.
What company did you get your flyers and branded shirts from? Jen.
T.
Somewhere locally in my area in Baltimore, Maryland, because I needed it right away. I was going to an event like the next 2 days. So I called him up. Matter of fact, he didn't even have the shirt, a polo shirt. I went to the store, got a polo shirt, and have him put the branding logo on it for me.
Perfect.
And also, just a company in the local area, I made up my flyer, told them what I want to be on, what I want on it, the sizes, and had them print it out and go pick it up the next day.
We learned a cheat code from Katara when we went to South Carolina. Go to Canva, create your own flyer. As long as you have a logo, all your information, create your flyer. Make sure you're putting a QR code on your flyer. If you're using Digital Flow Solutions, do not use any other platform to create your QR code. Create your QR codes in Digital Flow Solutions so that you always have management of it. But also, when you create the flyer, print it at Walmart, Photos, or Walgreens, because you can create the
Katara, you see Shay trying to get your little link out, Katara. Hey, Katara, she thought I wasn't listening, sis. But as soon as I heard Walmart, I said, "Oh, that's Katara thing." I'm messing around with you, Shay.
So again, that's even more financially feasible, because if you do it on, like, what is that? Not an 8x, a 5x7.
At Katara, I don't know.
Whatever the size is, it's like a couple of cents. Now, if you take that same flyer and have it printed at Staples, it's going to be a little bit more, because they're going to do card stock. They're going to do all this. Is it high gloss? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Go get a picture. Same difference. So again, that's Katara's cheat code. Thank you, Katara.
Hey, Katara, where you got these from? She said Walmart. I said, really?
Yep, they look.
We
nice.
never heard of it that way and that
it.
route. We use a lady out of Winter Haven. So my lady, that my new sister that was from Polk County, we use a lady called Stacy's Printing.
Correct.
And I'm all the way in Orlando. But my VA, my team makes it. They send that to Stacy. Stacy emails me the proof that Derrick, you like this? Mm-hmm. And when I say yes, she mails it to my front door. Yeah. We only drove once to go and pick it up just to meet her and kind of get a feel for things. Right. But now, because Stacy's probably probably an hour and 25 minutes from me, I don't drive there. Yeah. So if you guys find a really good place, see if they'll deliver it to you. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's what you got?
She should have 2 more questions at least, probably.
I'm looking.
And then if not, I want to start guiding people to that
zoning,
DIY.
There is no zoning. No zoning. You are not running an ALF. You are not running an APD. You are not running any of those situations, right? This is shared accommodations, private residence. You don't need that.
Yep, the Taliban family said that they are ready. Well, come on in. We are ready for you as well. Most of y'all have been praying for something just like this. So it's like God has merged you and I together, and it's just called divine timing. This is not by chance. Mm-hmm. In fact, put praying hand emojis. If you say, "Man, you're right, bro. I've been praying for something just like this." And boy, y'all seem to be it. So again, I don't say this jokingly. I'm seriously. Most of y'all will learn more from us 7 days a week on my free content than you will for some of these things you guys are out there buying. Yeah. Right? So can you imagine what my one-on-one coaching is like? And I hope that T and I and Shay was able to shed light on what this one-on-one coaching looks like. So that DIY is great. Trust me. I compliment the people that get DIY that still do very, very well. So that's the power in that, saying, well, you kind of don't need me. But yes, you do if that's your style of learning. Because I told y'all, I'm also like T. I'm a little bit of a knucklehead. I don't catch things right away. I need to be told repeatedly. Show me repeatedly. And then once I get it, now you can't take it from me. But I'll admit, when I get coaching, I'm also somebody that also doesn't get DIY usually. Unless Shay said, babe, get the DIY because I know the other part of it. Okay, cool. But usually it's not like that. Like the class we're in right now, we paid 10 grand for it. Yeah. I don't know that game, but that 10 grand gonna probably make me 20 grand a month. So it's like what T told you. You got to invest in yourself to be able to do well in life. So T, when you start getting your people, and if you don't know this person, say, Derrick, I don't know, bro, you my coach. You tell me. T, will you collect deposits?
I will collect a deposit.
No, you won't, T. I'm going to coach you right in front of everybody. No, you won't.
Watch this, y'all.
I'm sorry. Moving. No. It's perfect. That was on purpose. No. That was on purpose because she ain't got there yet. But watch this. Here's some free coaching for all of y'all. Under my coaching, over 3 years ago, we removed the word deposit.
Absolutely.
Deposit means I got to pay it back when you leave.
Mhm.
And most of the people we serve, they're going to do something that's going to ruin that anyway. So we changed the verbiage. Write this down, y'all. This is genius. I paid a lot of money again to learn this. We changed it to move-in fee, which is non-refundable. Watch this again. This is so genius that somebody going to miss
They
it.
missed it.
Instead of charging a deposit T, because this is T live coaching now, T, we make you sound like the greatest lady ever. And we're going to say, hey, sir, you know what? This month, in fact, next month too, we're waiving all deposits. And there's only a small move-in fee of, and now you name your price.
Exactly.
So now when Tyrone move out, and he
Give
done
my
kind
money
of
back.
destroyed the place anyway, or if he was a great guy. Tyrone, you have a great life, bro. I appreciate you, and I wish you the best in life. There is no money that goes back to him. And listen to how I told y'all to frame it. Guys, I paid a lot of money to just learn this one phrase. Mr. Tyrone, we actually going to waive your deposit. And there's only a small move-in fee of, and for me, that's $300. Some people charge the same as their rent. I don't.
But that's no.
My move-in fee is $300. Y'all can be flexible. But the point is, we're going to waive the deposit, because remember, if you don't, you got to pay that back. And there's only a move-in fee of.
Correct.
Put in the chat, thumbs up or Derrick, that's smart if you think that's pretty cool.
They got praying hands and
Okay.
clapping hands going already.
That's a big gem, and that's usually for my one-on-one people. So lucky for y'all, T is here and y'all got it. So T, no, you don't charge a deposit. You're going to say, case manager, we understand this population most of the time don't have it. So for you and your program here, we're actually going to waive everybody's deposit. And there's only, see how I phrase that, psychological, and there's only a move-in fee of name your price. Boy, that's some good coaching.
You tearing up.
I don't care what y'all say. That's some good coaching right there. I wish I'll do that in the beginning.
All right, so
last question for T, and we're gonna get y'all out of here.
I think that's it.
Oh, was it?
I'm looking. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Last one. When setting up utilities in your local area, will you need business tax receipt?
I've never heard of that, so I'm gonna say no to that.
No.
I've coached a lot of people in 39 states. I've never heard of that. I do get the question, Derrick, should I put it in my business name if they let you without any hula hoops? Absolutely. Yeah.
I haven't. I don't. I mean, I have a tax exemption certificate. So, a sales tax exemption certificate. So I don't. And everything's been.
So let's remind the people about Shay's class. I want to remind the folks that took the ILF master class. And if you didn't take this class, you won't know what I'm talking about. But if you were inside of that master class on Wednesday, my team sent y'all something crazy, stupid good in terms of a bit of a discount. Make sure you check your email and text message. I approved yesterday for Jennifer to stretch that to 2 weeks. Because again, I just understand that everybody gets paid on a Friday. So I'm giving y'all 2 more Fridays to get yourself together. And remember, guys, all of our pricing changes in January. So there's no threat to that. I've been saying that for 8 months. Actually, 11 months. I've been saying this for a long time, guys. Because if you don't know it, in January of this year, we changed all of our coaching and we dropped it. So from the one-on-one coaching, it was $7,500. We dropped it to $4,997. The DIY was $2,500. We dropped it to $997 because a lot of stupid and crazy stuff was going on in the world and the economy. And we just came out of a lot of other stupid stuff. So we understand that as coaches. So we took it easy on y'all. So please take advantage of that because that deal goes all the way through December 31st. All of the coaching has changed. But in January 1, it goes back to the normal. So make sure that you guys do that because I've been saying that for 11 months. So it's not like, oh my God, he thought of that last week. Guys, I've been saying that since January. So again, thank y'all so much for allowing us to be able to pour into you all today, especially for a lot of my new people that just found us. Make sure you also, when you leave today, pray and talk to God about what this was. And I'm going to see you guys again Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll admit tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a recap and a replay. But Monday, we are live right back here again at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if I was you all, I would put on my calendar 6 days a week, 7 p.m. Eastern. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern. And with that being said, I'm going to drop this slide. I'm going to give it to Shay.
Yeah.
She's going to remind you guys about Sunday, and then I'm going to let T bless y'all before she go.
Yeah,
Shay?
so Rashawn said I had to come on over. That's why we tell y'all to come to this thing, to YouTube. It's very difficult to manage all of these different chats. So if you got a question, you better throw it in there quick, because we getting ready to
give me 2 of your best questions, Rashawn, and I'll knock them out just for you.
Answer those questions. And also that means you didn't get to hear all of T's input. So that's when we come on TikTok, we tell you, come on over to
these are recorded, so go back and watch the replay as well.
So go ahead, Rashawn. You got a couple of seconds to get that question out there. So tomorrow night at 7 p.m., ladies and gentlemen, I will be doing a live masterclass, well, a live demo for Digital Flow Solutions. Digital Flow Solutions is a top-of-the-art system that automates your business. It helps you to take the next step in your entrepreneurial journey, even when you are a full-time employee. Or you have other things that you're doing, right? This system is going to allow you afford you the opportunity to grow and scale and never miss a call, never miss an interaction with your customer base. So Digital Flow Solutions, again, I'm going to be doing a full demo of what this system can do, how it can help you, no matter if you're an ILF owner and operator, you're a doctor's office, you're a nonprofit, you're a chef with a culinary background, you're a tattoo artist. It does not matter what business you are in. This system is phenomenal. Let's go to a quick, what the system can do for you if you are a full-time employee and you receive calls while you are at work, right? Are you in a position where you can drop what you're doing and go answer the phone, or can you have Dobbs answer the phone call for you? Let's take a listen.
Hello, this is Dobbs Digital Flow Solutions AI assistant. Don't worry, I'm not one of those boring voicemails. Talk to me like you would a friend. I'm listening and ready to help.
Can you tell me a little bit about the AI with Digital Flow Solutions?
Absolutely. With Digital Flow Solutions, you get me, Dobbs, your AI sidekick. I'm here to chat with leads, answer questions, schedule appointments, and handle follow-ups around the clock. Basically, I help turn curious clicks into booked calls without breaking a sweat. Want to see how I can be customized for your business?
Absolutely.
Great. Let's set you up with a free business assessment to see how our AI can work for you. What's your name and best email so I can book a time that works for you?
Tam.
Awesome, Tam. Could you also share your best email address so I can get you all set up?
test@test.com.
I'm sending you a link right now. You're all set, Tam. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly. Looking forward to showing you what we can do. Anything else I can help with?
Listen, you are absolutely amazing, and I want to say thank you.
Aw, shucks. You're making me blush. Thank you for the kind words, Tam. I'm here whenever you need me. Anything else on your mind?
No, that's it. You have a great and prosperous day.
Thanks, Tam. You have a fantastic and prosperous day, too.
In the live when we played that in the masterclass, someone says, "Oh my God, Dobbs is blushing." So super excited about that. I may even do an in-person. I may do an impromptu build tomorrow night to show you how fast I can build an AI bot. I'm an AI phone
right
agent.
in front of them, right?
Yeah, I may do an impromptu build to show you how quickly I can set up an AI agent and do a test call with that agent. So be mindful that I may do that. You think I should do it, T? Should I do an impromptu build?
Good.
And just make up a random company. Don't even make it like a housing.
I'll have them make up the company.
That would be cool, because we did one once when we went live, and it was a bakery where we sold chocolate chip cookies and all kind of cakes, and the AI bot took the order. Like, it was crazy, y'all. Yeah. But just to be super respectful of T's time, T, can you do us a favor and just bless the people out really quickly? Anything that's on your heart, any encouragement that you want to give them, just anything you want to say, remind them again who you are and where you're located, and on you, T.
Okay. So again, my name is T. Sims. I'm located here in the Baltimore area, and my company is called New Start Solutions. And, one of the main reasons why I, got into this business under your mentorship, because, one, I understand I didn't want to work for 40 hours for 40 years and retire on 40% of my income.
Ooh, 40.
That was good.
Can you repeat that part, actually?
Yeah, I didn't want to work for 40 years, for 40 hours, and retire on 40% of my income.
I'm still in that. I'm just telling you right now. I'm still in it. And I'm gonna say it came from T.
God, no.
Go ahead and finish.
Wow.
Stop, Shay.
So, I had to find, I wanted to find something to work harder on. I'm not going to, work harder on that, place or the job, because they can fire you. They can replace you in a heartbeat. You can get sick and they replace you in a heartbeat. So I wanted to find something I can work harder on myself and my business, because that's going to, sustain me beyond a job. So when I found you guys, I said, hey, this is it. So if anybody out there that's looking at this, YouTube, and you're wondering, should I do it? Don't question it. Like I said, you're not here by accident. You're here for a reason. And it's a reason why, you guys are seeing it right now. So it's one of the best things that's happened to me. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited to get my house open. I'm so excited to work with you guys and just, keep growing. And without your mentorship, I wouldn't be there. I would kind of be lost and kind of doing it the wrong way. I'm learning that. But just the impact on the community that I'm seeing, I'm making from all the connection. And like I said, with just a phone call yesterday, and he's saying, hey, I wish I had this information a couple, weeks ago, because he's getting kicked out of where he's at and he doesn't have a place to stay. And he said, with your affordable housing, I wish you were available right now. And I'm like, okay, I need to get this going. And, just like myself in your community, they need you. They need people like us. So don't waste it. Don't think about it. Get the mentorship, because you're not going to get this information, this coaching from anywhere else.
Wow.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And with that being said, guys, it would just mean a lot to me, because like whenever we take somebody away from their family, their home, or their time, TIME, I like to show our appreciation. So can 25 of y'all put in the chat, thank you, T. We appreciate your time, your openness, and how you and Derrick and Shay didn't hide anything during the dialogue and say, well, T, don't tell them that. T, don't say that. Like, can 25 of y'all put in the chat that we want to appreciate and thank T for her time, because we took away from her family, from her time, and what she could have been doing, which is building this thing. Because some of y'all even work on the weekends. Now, I'll admit, I ain't hard on y'all about that unless it's an event. But a lot of y'all, like Tiffany Richardson, she's always at an event, even on the weekends. So let's make time, especially for a lot of you guys that do have 9-to-5 jobs and you find it difficult to get out. Guys, let's make time. And some of you guys should use your lunch break and do Zoom meetings versus trying to go into a place. I'm coaching a guy right now that works 7 days a week. He's probably on here, and find it difficult to walk into a building, but through Zoom meetings, that's what's amping up all his phone calls and him now being able to get his first property to do this. And T, I'm seeing the appreciate yous and the thank yous pouring in. So again, thank y'all so much for me for doing that. Shay, back on you. I love y'all like a fat kid loves cake. I'll give my salutation now, actually. Thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, live again here to keep learning. And then Shay is going to bless y'all tomorrow, and she's going to talk about that. Love y'all. And T, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And T, super proud of you. Super proud of what you're doing. Because I'll admit, T, it's kind of like what you said earlier. You're not really doing anything special. You're just following instruction. And you're seeing what's happening from that. Your phone is going crazy. You got me in meetings 2 or 3 times a week with you. That's a good thing. So I'll see you Monday, too, for our next meeting. Jay, on you.
So I do want to answer this last question before we go. It's really not a question, but a comment. Jen, me and Jen's fighting over this.
I get the last one, Jen.
I said between
Jen's doing it the most.
Between me, Derrick, and Jen trying to get
We're
these
joking,
lower
Jen.
thirds going, boy. We getting it going. So this for Rashawn Baynard that came over from TikTok that just waiting for the time to break into this industry. But I know with a nonprofit, you can also get grants. However, they want you to jump through hoops for it. So this is when I tell anybody, right? Free doesn't mean free. Free is going to require time, talent, or something, right? When it comes to grants as a 501c3, there are several things that you need. The reason I can speak behind this is because I've been very successful with grants and partnerships. One of my biggest partnerships to date is First Horizons Bank, who is a consistent grantor or donor towards the Angela Denise Foundation, to where I meet their grant expectation every year. Just had a huge meeting with them, and we'll be going back to them right before Christmas to sit with them again and converse on some other opportunities. But what it is going to take is that you have to know how to build your program. If your program is not written well, if you don't have a financial description and a budget for what you are doing, you will jump through a lot of hoops. Grants are not guaranteed. A lot of grants that are coming out now, depending on the organization that you are partnering with, may be a contribute. It may be a what is it? What's the word I want to use? When we did our house, what was it called? They will refund you what you put in. So let's say you're asking for $10,000 to go towards specific things. You may have to outfront that $10,000 and they'll refund you on the back
I was able
end.
to fix them here.
Yeah, like
Okay,
but I'm talking about I'm talking about grants. There's grants that do the same. Yeah, but like I said, it's just the refund. It's your matching, right? Or they do a match grant. So you've got to be mindful. And a lot of people don't know this, but I'm going to give you a tip. Most nonprofit organizations do not tap into huge grant funding until they've reached 5 years old. Most companies want to see your growth in that 5 years. So I tell people, if you're going to start a nonprofit and you already have some form of a way to fund that nonprofit, start funding it and make sure every year it gets increasingly better. Because remember, your nonprofit's funding and finances are public knowledge. So you want to make sure that they're seeing significant growth. Nobody is going to pour into something that you won't pour into, right? My nonprofit, not my nonprofit, but the Angela Denise Foundation, our community's nonprofit, was funded by Forston Consultants and Shay Forston and Derrick Forston, right? So that it was funded internally before it started getting funded externally. So you've got to be the biggest investor or donor in your nonprofit organization until you are positioned to acquire donations and grants from other areas. Grants are not guaranteed. You've got to find a way to suitably finance your programs without a grant. Because my accountant told me, if you live by the grant, my love, you will die by the grant. So your organization is only as good as the way you can fund it, finance it, and have something that is consistently bringing in an income for that nonprofit organization. So for me, the income that is received from the housing helps to fund the Angela Denise Foundation's nonprofit. So again, grants are great, but grants mean somebody else has a word in or an opportunity to speak into what you're doing, or they're truly following your program that you are putting forth for that grant funding. So I hope that makes sense. Don't be discouraged. Just find alternative routes to implement what you want to do. Right? There's a lot of things that you can do. Everybody likes donuts. You hear us talking about giving away coffee and donuts. Why not have your nonprofit partner with Krispy Kreme and do their digital donut fundraiser?
That's a gem.
And you could go into the ILF Academy private community and say, hey guys, I've got a 501c3 organization and we're doing a fundraiser to help such and such and such and such. I know you guys give away coffee and donuts all the time. Use my digital dozen campaign to get donuts to go out and send to other organizations. Boom. You just raised, how many people's in that group? There's over 10,000 plus people in that group. 11,000 people in that group. If you mean to tell me you cannot get a 10% of those individuals to buy donuts, you just funded a huge portion of one of your programs. So think outside of the box when it comes to trying to raise money for a nonprofit. Okay, I land my plane there. I look forward to meeting you all tomorrow night for the live demo of Digital Flow Solutions. Come learn how I utilize this system as a nonprofit, for-profit, how it answers the phone when I'm unable, while I'm sleeping, while I'm awake. Some people are connecting with Forston Consultants at the wee hours of the morning. And those not our virtual assistants, but our AI assistants are interacting and giving them the information that they need and directing them in the right way that they should go when it comes to the independent living facility model. So think about your business now being able to provide that same information and consistency in communication. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Same place, different time, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you are interested in joining us for this live demo, text the word YES, YES, to 407-326-0086. And if you are a 501c3 nonprofit founder that is looking for someone to help you with creative ideas in fundraising, you can also text our team and say, meet with NPO. That's for the course. But you can also say, hey, Jen, I want to learn more about nonprofits. They will get with me and I will get some time to allocate to you to help you navigate this. If you're looking for a coach, I'm your coach. I got you. Let's be great together. And Derrick, I'm handing it over to you to get us out of here.
Let's get a word from Tiffany Richardson real quick.
Hey, beautiful people. My name is Tiffany, and I'm the founder and executive director for Upward and Onward Jacksonville, Inc. First, I want to congratulate you for joining the ILF Masterclass, as this is your initial step, your first step for creating impact. So I came under Forston Consultants, going on 2 years now, and I love it because their mentorship and their coaching is head on, side by side. They stay with you from the beginning and still now, even with me having multiple ILFs, they're still providing their coaching, their skills, and their knowledge, and just their support overall. They help with forms. They help with teaching you how to communicate with those property managers for the facilities and also those social workers, just giving you that extra push, those extra nuggets that you absolutely need to be successful in the ILF community. So I would like to say, come on over. Come over. We would love to have you. And just like my brother and sister stated, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the place for you. You will not regret it. You will love it, but you have to do the work. You have to do the work. And also with the CRM, don't tell Derrick, but yes, I'm still working. He cringes when I say that, but I'm still working my 9 to 5, but only because of their CRM that comes with their mentorship has allowed me to actually still be in a space that I love in my community, doing social work. I am a social worker with doing these things and also being impactful with housing. So come on over. We would love to have you. Don't think about it. Do not, because you're going to think yourself out of it. But, pray on it for sure. And we'll love to see you over with the ILF family. Talk to you later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, we're going to close you guys out. Don't forget that procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. And most people, you can say ouch, or you can say amen. But procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to act on. And for most of y'all, it's to help people and get involved in real estate. And with that being said, here's my short prayer for today. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see you Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern live, but tomorrow with Shay, 7 p.m. in that class. Text the word yes, and it's going to be live. If you want to take that class with Shay to learn about this system, text the word yes to 407-326-0086. T, you have a beautiful day, sis, and we'll see you soon too. Bye, everybody.